Are you happy that your mom pushed you to be a singer or believed in you?
Well,
so
I
deeply?
can't blame her. I can't blame her for that. Because this make me slide around. I can't blame her for it because I'm the person who went to the Idol audition myself.
But you were supposed to be on The Amazing Race.
Well, I wanted to be on The Amazing Race because
So
I thought
weird.
Amazing Race would be fun. But Amazing Race is not something that you do and assume that it's going to lead to anything,
No,
right?
yeah,
I'm going to do it. It'll be fun. I just loved the show.
And if you win money, cool.
You get free trips to these places everywhere. I don't know why I did Idol. I would blame it on the mother of a kid who I worked with
That's
who
right.
convinced me to go and try out. And I did try out in Charlotte and didn't make it. And then it was just pure stubbornness because I was like, oh, hell no, you're not going to cut me on the first day. So I went back and I auditioned the next week in Atlanta and then made it on.
What changed in your audition?
I sang, well, I would say, but the song changed. A lot of things changed, but honestly for the worst because I went and I sang. I did not have a song at all planned for the Charlotte audition. I happened to be awake that Sunday morning and I thought early enough, I thought, you know what, I'm up already. I'll go down there. And I waited in line for a long time. And the person, God, was she in front of me or behind me? I think she was behind me, which makes it even meaner, was going to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I had been listening to her singing, talking, and I had no plan. And so when I walked in, I was like, somewhere over, which in hindsight, thinking about it, the fact that she came in after me, what a dick move, right? So I stole the song from the person behind me, and maybe it was karma that made me get cut. So I didn't make it. The next week, I came over prepared and I had 5 songs. I can't name them all now because I can't remember them all, but I had 5 songs in my head that I was going to sing. One was When You Get Caught Between the Moon and Arthur's theme. I think Open Arms was another one. I had a whole bunch. I was ready. I had learned them all and got into the audition and was so shit scared. So nervous because I had seen in Atlanta, I had camped out for 2 days. I went ready. I was like, I'll be damned if I'm gonna get cut again. I'm coming prepared. And so many people who had been singing up and down the street for so long were good. And I would watch them go in and then come out crying because they'd been cut. And I was like, oh my God, if this person's getting cut and that person's getting cut, holy shit. So I walked in, it was like 5 people in a cattle call. They had so many people in Atlanta, and they had us each step forward. I was first in my group, and I stepped forward, and I was so nervous, I forgot all 5 of the songs that I had come prepared for. I could not think of any of them. And I stepped forward, and the only thing, you're all too young to know this song, but I walked up, the only thing that came to my mind was, let's see if I can remember it, and you'll not know what it is. Sometimes the world looks perfect and nothing to rearrange. What's the chorus? Standing tall on the wings of my dreams, rise and fall on the wings of my dreams. Any idea? The rain and thunder, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. You don't know what it is, do you?
Stunning.
Is that the Perfect Strangers?
Oh my God, yes, you knew that. You're not old enough to know that show. He looked it up. He Googled it up. Yes, it's the theme song to Perfect Strangers, a TV show from the late 80s, early 90s, and that was all that would come to my mind. Completely, that was all.
There's no way anyone else auditioned with that song.
No, not only did nobody audition with that song, so we do all 5, and then the producer says, 5230, you stay. That was my number. 5230, you stay. Everybody else, you can go. And he said after everybody was gone, he was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, what song was that? And I said, I am so sorry. That's all I could think of was a Perfect Strangers theme song. He said, do you know anything else? And by that point, I had beaten myself up enough that I remembered Always and Forever was one of my songs. So I sang a little of Always and Forever. And he said, okay, sing that, not that other shit. You can go through. And he put me through at that point. Thank God. He's still a producer on the show. He's the senior, he's one of the top producers on the show now. And he's still, he put me through, and thank God he was willing to let me sing another song, because I would have gone to Atlanta, slept for 2 days on the street, and totally shit the bed by not remembering any of my songs. But he gave me that second chance.
Also, weirdly, that song coming to mind gave you that one-on-one time to get, Like that is, and to collect yourself, to come
Right,
to your
thank God.
senses, to
Well,
like.
had I not been the first, had I been the fifth, you're right, I would have probably collected myself and remembered my songs. But being first, yes, that song sort of saved me and gave me a chance to. I mean, I'm lucky that I got a second opportunity to try. You know,
The universe worked out exactly the way it
it
needed
has.
to.
It has. It certainly did at that point for that.
That's insane.
Sorry, my phone was doing
That's
its thing.
okay.
No, I turned it off. I was like, oops, I should have done that earlier.
It's really, really special.
Also, your vocals there are incredible. You just bust that out of nowhere.
Casual.
Well, listen, that song saved my life, so I can remember it. It saved it and changed it. I mean, and that's the weird thing about, I mean, we did not have any idea when we did the show that it was a big deal. Season 1 had happened. I mean, anybody on season 1 or 2 had no clue what they were getting into. And because season 1, obviously you wouldn't have a clue. And season 1 got like 9 million viewers, enough to be renewed, but not a big deal. And so we all went into it. I went into it like I would have gone into The Amazing Race. Sort of, this will be a fun thing to do, and then I'll come home. You know, it'll be a summer camp experience. And we had no idea that, holy crap, the show's going to turn into, it was 40 million viewers when we were done.